Okay. You might want.
You want me to hold it?
No, I mean,
Like that?
because I want your voices. Okay, we're already going, so go, hit it.
So why did Machiavelli include ecclesiastical principalities when it is associated with religions?
Because there were a lot of ecclesiastical princedoms back
Did you say
then. Princedoms.
Religion was still like a big part of society then, like a lot. So it would make sense to include stuff like that because that's something people need to know how to work with.
He also included it because the prince is about being a good ruler or ruling people, and when you include people under a higher power, he said that you don't have to try as much to govern them because they hold themselves to higher standards. They're more scared of their God, so they're automatically going to act more right than they would if they didn't have a God.
So one of the examples that he gives historically is the Catholic Church and the Pope. What did they do to gain their power?
Like, do you mind how the Pope gained power?
Yeah, like their whole province. Because there was like the Venetians and
Right. Okay, I guess I'll take it. Well, like, the Catholic Church was really into the government because they took a lot of money from people, as we've read about, like, they took money for forgiveness of sins and for stuff like that. So that's how they got their money, and the people with money are kind of like put in charge because they have money to do that. And then the Pope, the way the Pope is chosen is like they take from all the cardinals that they have, which is like the highest rank. Like there's a priest and then bishop and then archbishop and then cardinal. And so you take all the cardinals and you put them in a room and the Holy Spirit comes and is like, hey, pick this one. And so then if all the cardinals vote on the same person, then he becomes Pope. So that's how that happens.
So then expand that, and are princes and kings and, men of power just puppets for what the church really wants them to do?
I think that back then, probably, because, church was so heavily influenced, but now I think it's less, a lot less.
Well, let's think about that though. Is it really?
I feel like Machiavelli was like trying to be like, so I know the church is powerful and stuff, but you still have to be a leader in some ways. So it's like, he was like, in some ways you can take over, but in other ways the church kind of has precedence.
I feel like in some of it he mocked the church a little bit too. Like he was just like had some sarcastic humor
Mhm.
within it, and he was like, "What about that? Blah blah blah."
So would there be some who would say that the war in Iraq and Afghanistan is just a holy war?
I mean, I don't think you could say that because, like, we're not, or America, right? Like, we're not really going over there for religious purposes. It was over. I don't want to use the term retaliation of what they did to us, but on their side, it's because of their religious. So I don't think you can say that because it's not both sides are for like religious things.
And it's also because a lot of the terror over there is just like, it's not Islam, it's Islamist extremist, and they take it out of context, and because a lot of Islam is not that.
Right.
Like, Islam does not tell you to kill people. It doesn't. Yeah.
Okay, who's next? Who's got?
That's me.
Okay.
Okay, so in the beginning of the chapter, he says that ecclesiastical princedoms are acquired by merit or good fortune, but are maintained ecclesiastical princedoms are acquired by merit or good fortune, but they are not maintained with either.
Go ahead. That's okay. I kinda, mine says like by either capacity or good fortune, and I was like kinda like confused by the term capacity when you use that in that context, but with the good fortune, I feel like maybe, like, it's almost like good things happen to good people, things like that, I feel like maybe, like, if, I don't know what I'm trying to say, I gotta think, what I really.
Well, like, I was thinking, like, since it's like, you have to have all that to, like, acquire it, it's like, cause it's basically like the church or people are kinda like, hey, you're okay, we can pick you, and you're like a good guy, and you have good morals and whatever, but then like, it kinda turns into like, you're not really, I feel like for the prince, it kinda turns into you're not really in charge, and so that might make you like, wanna go against, and so you kinda lose some of that like, good fortune and stuff, or the church just gets mad at you cause you're trying to do things that they don't want, and I feel like in any circumstance, if you have like a group that's like, hey, you be our leader, and then you're gonna butt heads because not everything always turns out.
To branch off of Lily, or saying something I was gonna say, because they're not like the same thing, literally, is like, with the church, like, okay, yeah, you get elected by the church, we want you, and then like you're up there and you may do some of the things that they want to do, but eventually you're gonna want to come and be like, hey, well, I have this suggestion that we could do, and they're not gonna like that, and they may like it or they may not like it, but like you don't have to always have like the good fortune to always keep your power. See what I'm kind of saying? I don't know if it makes sense or not.
Okay, and then, the court goes on by saying that the ecclesiastical princedoms are upheld by the venereal ordinances of religion, which are all of a such nature and efficacy that they secure the authority of the princes in whatever they may act or live. So what do you think Machiavelli is saying there, that the role of religion plays in the princedom? Can I answer my own question?
Sure.
Okay, so when I read that, I kind of thought that the main part of it is that saying like that the religious body can like, cover up what the prince did, cause it said that they secure the authority of their princes in whatever they may act, in whatever way they may act or live. So they kind of make sure that that prince is still in power no matter what they do, because he's doing it in the name of the religion. So I feel like that's kind of like another mocking situation that, and sarcasm that he used throughout the chapter.
Okay, who's after Gil?
Okay, so, Machiavelli says that kind of ecclesiastical, princedom, it doesn't need to be defended. Why do you think that it doesn't need to be defended?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Why doesn't an ecclesiastical princedom have to be defended?
I feel like it doesn't need to be defended mainly because like, well, the people who are like under it would be like, well, you know, we have our God and our church and they protect us, and then other people normally don't, like, at that time, most people were in like Christianity and stuff, so they wouldn't wanna like come and invade because it's still like their church and whatever, so there's not as much like initiative or reward to invade that place for them, and so like the only people that it would need defending from are like other religions, but as long as it's like in like a central like location and it's not like on the coast or anything, it doesn't really have that issue.
Okay, who's after Jenna?
So
What does that word ecclesiastical mean though? What's it a reference to?
Ecclesiastes.
Ecclesiastes, and what was that that book of Ecclesiastes? Bible. Everybody write that down. I want you to look it up tonight. I want you to look up what's the connection Ecclesiastes. And why he chose that. Okay, so who's after Jenna?
It's me.
Robbie? Alright.
Ready? So about somewhere in the middle of the chapter, they talk about how the new pope would reposition or position the strength of the church after being embarrassed. Like, what exactly is a church's strength, and how would it be positioned to, I guess, its former glory?
Could you repeat the question real quick?
So, halfway down in the chapter, it talks about how the new pope, he positioned the church's strength again, because after it was highly embarrassed. So, what exactly is a church's strength, or what shows strength in a church, and how exactly would he position it to restore its?
I feel like a church's strength is its morals and stuff. Like if it's a strong church, then they don't have a lot of corruption within it, and they have good people in power and stuff like that.
I agree with that, but also I feel like in addition to that, the church's strength is with their followers, if they all share the same core of ideals, and there isn't a lot of factions in the followers, because then it's well, I agree with you on some things, but not totally. And when that happens, it's you don't have as cohesive a group, and so it becomes kind of shaky.
And the followers are the ones that are gonna make the church wealthy and provide them
Not
with certain
just-
things that they need.
Not just that they can get along, but also being big, or being able to spread and be bigger also contributes to the strength of the church.
Also, if they all have one common goal, or not necessarily one exactly goal, but maybe okay, for this goal we're gonna spread the gospel, or anything like that. It's easier to, I guess use self-sacrifice, deny yourself to get to that goal. So maybe I don't like so and so, but I'm not gonna let it hinder me from reaching my goal for the church as a whole.
So all of you would say that in order for the church to reposition itself, the Pope would have to gain more followers?
Either gain more followers or just unite the ones that he already has, or both.
I feel with getting followers or gaining them, I feel if you seek God or their power first, if you do what you're supposed to do first, and that stuff will come.
I feel like the Pope should take control. I feel like he has certain duties that he has to fill, and in a way to strengthen his church, he needs to maybe think of new ideas that other popes do not think of when they're in there.
Well, I know relating this to modern day, the Pope Francis just came out and said he didn't want, it's not that he doesn't want, but he is encouraging Catholics and their followers to stop producing rabbits
Mm-hmm.
and use contraception and stuff like that. And so that's kind of goes against church's original teachings, and it's I think